Good afternoon. This afternoon, I'm having questions on number basis. 1A, convert the following to base 10. And another name for base 10 is decimal numeral. So you are given I, 1204 base 5, convert to base 10 on decimal numeral. So you multiply this one by the base. So it's 1 times 5 plus 2 times 5 plus 0 times 5 plus 4 times 5. So you name it, the powers, but you start from the last digits. So you start from 0, 1, 2, 3. 1 times 5 raised to the power 3 is the same as 5 times 5 times 5. It's not 5 plus 5 plus 5. This is wrong. So 5 times 5 is 25 plus 5. 1, 2, 5. Plus 2 times 5 raised to the power 2 is 25 plus 0 times 5 plus 4 times any number raised to the power 0 is 1. So 1 times 125 we are having 125 plus we are having here 50 plus 0 plus 4. 125 plus 50 is 175 plus 4 179. So this is 10. There is no need to write the 10 here. Even though if you write it here, it's not wrong, but this is the same as 179 without the base. II. You are given 11001 is 2. So it's the same procedure. 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2. So you name the powers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 1 times 2 raised to the power 4 is 16 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 3 is 8 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 2 is 4 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 1. 1 times 16 we are having 16 plus 1 times 8 8 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1. 16 plus 8 is 24 plus 1, 25. So that's the answer. The third one, you are given 431 is 5, the same method. So 4 times 5 plus 3 times 5 plus 1 times 5. So 0, 1, 2. We have 4 times 5 raised to the power 2 is 25. So 25 plus 3 times 5 plus 1 times any number raised to the power 0 is 1. Even 1 billion raised to the power 0 is 1. So 4 times 25 is 100 plus 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 times 1, 1. So 100 plus 15 is 115 plus 1 is what? 116. Now, the second question. Convert the following base 10 numerals into the base indicated. They can say convert the following decimal numerals. They can omit this, but now they gave you base 10. And base 10 is the same as decimal numerals. 37 to base 2. Let me clean this portion so that we solve it. So the second aspect, 37 base 10 to base 2. So 37 to base 2. So this 2, we are having 37 here. That's how I do it. 2 goes into 37, how many? It's 18. Because 2 times 18 is what? 36, remember 1. But 2 times 19 is what? 38. This is more than this, so you can't use this 19. So you use 18 rather, remember 1. So you write your 2 here, because 2 can still divide. We are using this 2 throughout. So 2 times what number will give us 8? It is 9. So 9 remember 0. You bring your 2 here, because 2 can still go into 9. 2 goes into 9, how many? 4. Remember what? 1. We are still using our base, which is 2. 2 goes into 4, how many? 2. Remember what? 0. Still, we can divide this one. Base 2 can divide. 2 goes into 2, 1. Remember what? 0. 2 goes here. So you write your 2 here. 2 goes here, 0. Remember this 1. So that's your answer. So it becomes 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Base 2. And once you convert this to base 10, you are going to get this 37 back. But now, they are giving you this and they are asking you to convert it to base 2. That's your answer. I 98 base 10 to base 5, so 5. And this is 98. This is the base and this is the number. So 5 goes into 90, 5 times 19 is 95. So 19, remember 3. So still we use the same base 5 because it can still break it down. 5 goes into 90, how many? 3. Remember what? 4. So 5 here, 5 goes here, 0. Remember this 3, you bring this 3 here. So your answer is 3, 4, 3, base 5. Because we are changing it to base 5. The last one, 17 to base 3. So 3, 17. So 3 goes into 17, how many? It's 5. Remember, 2. 3 can break this one down. 3 goes into 5, 1. Remember, 2. 3 goes here, 0. Remember, this 1. So the answer becomes, you write your arrow, or you draw your arrow. The answer becomes 1, 2, 2, base 3. And once I convert this to base 10, I'm going to get 17. Let's try this. 1, 2, 2, base 3. It becomes 1 times 3 plus 2 times 3 plus 2 times 3. I just want to prove it. So 0, 1, 2. 1 times 3 raised to the power 2 is 9 plus 2 times 3 is what? No, sorry. 3 raised to the power 1 is 3. So it becomes 2 times 3 plus 2 times 1. 1 times 9 is 9 plus 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2. So 9 plus 6 is 15 plus 2, 17. You see, we are getting this 17. So this means once you change it to this 10, you are going to get the 17. I was just proving it. The third part, if 25 base x is equal to 17 base 10, find the value of x. So the third one, you have a 25 base x is equal to 17. So you multiply this one by the x. So 2 times x plus 5 times x equal to 17, because this is the same as base 10. So 0, 1. 2 times x raised to the power 1 is x plus 5 times x raised to the power 0 is 1 equal to 17. So 2x plus 5 equal to 17. So we have 2x. This is linear equation involving a variable on one side of the equation. You move this one to the right hand side of the equation. So it becomes negative. Because once a positive sign crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. So 2x equal to 4. We divide by 2. We are getting x to the what? 6. 2 goes here, 1 goes here, 6. So x is equal to 6. B. You are given 1 till 1 4. Base 5 is equal to 184 base 10. So you multiply the same procedure. You multiply this one by the base. So it's 1 times 5 plus q times 5 plus 1 times 5 plus 4 times 5 equal to 184. But if they gave you here as base 5, this means you multiply this one by this one by this one by this. You change this one to base 10. But this is already in base 10. So you write it this way. So you name your powers 0, 1, or we start from 0, 2, 3. So 1 times 5 raised to the power 3 is 125, plus q times 5 raised to the power 2 is 25, plus 1 times 5 raised to the power 1 is 5, plus 4 times 1 equal to 184. So this times this is 125, plus this times this 25q, plus 5 plus 4 equal to 184. So this plus this, it can be, because they are all like 10. So 125 plus 5 is 130 plus 4, 134 plus 25k equal to what? 184. So we are solving for k. You move the one with variable to the left hand side of the equation and the one without variable to the right hand side of the equation. So 184 minus 134. Because once this crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative 25k equal to this from this is 50. So you divide through by 25. So this will cancel this. We are having k to be 2. Or this goes here and this goes here 2. So see, we have 2 times n plus 3 times n equal to 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2. So you start naming the powers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 0, 1. 2 times n raised to the power 1 is n equal to 3 times 1 equal to 1 times 2 raised to the power 4 is 16 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 3 is 8 plus 1 times 4 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 1. So 2 times n is 2n equal to 3 times 1, 3. Sorry, this is plus equal to 1 times 16 is 16 plus 0 times 8 is 0 plus 1 times 4, 4 plus 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 times 1, 1. So 2n plus 3 equal to 16 plus 0 is 16 plus 4, 20, 22, 23. So we have 2n is equal to 23 minus 3. So 2n is equal to 20. This process becomes negative. So we divide through by 2. So 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 10. N is equal to 10. Now the last one, D. D, we have to add 43 base 8 to 25 base 8. We are adding. So 3 plus 5 is 8. So you ask yourself, 8 goes into 8, 1. Remember 0. So we are dealing with reminders. So you write your 0. So you add your 1 to 8. So 1 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. So the answer is 70 is 8. 70 is 8. That's our answer. 4a. Compare the following. So you are given 213 base 4 to base 5. So always, when you are given this question, you convert the first base to base 10. After that, you change it to base 5. So 213 base 4. It becomes 2 times 4 plus 1 times 4 plus 3 times 4. So 0, 1, 2. 2 times 4 raised to the power 2 is 16 plus 1 times 4 raised to the power 1 is 4 plus 3 times 1. 2 times 16 we have 32 plus 4 plus 3. So this plus this is 36 plus 3 we have 39. So we are changing this to base 5. So 5 goes into 39 is 7. Remember, add 4 because 5 times 7 is 35. You write the base here 5. 5 goes into 7, 1. Remember 2. You still write your 5. 5 goes here to 0. Remember, you bring this one here. So we are having 1, 2, 4 base 5. That's your answer. So the B, we have 43 base 5 to base 2. So you change this one to base 10. So it becomes 4 times 5 plus 3 times 5. So 0, 1. So 4 times 5 is what? 4 times 5 raised to the power 1 is 5. Plus 3 times 5 raised to the power 0 is 1. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 3. So we are having 23. So you are going to change this to base 2. Always we change this to base 10 after that. You change it to base 2. Other than that, you cannot solve the question. So 2 goes into 23 is 11. Remember, 1. 2 goes here, 5. 5, remember, 1. 2 goes here, 2, remember, 1. 2 goes here, 1, remember, 0. 2 goes here, 0, remember, you bring this 1. So the answer, we have 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 base 2. That's our final answer. 5a, construct an addition and multiplication table in base 5. So base 5, addition and multiplication. So this is our addition. So in base 5, you start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and end at 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our addition table. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus any number is equal to the same number. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 2, 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. So 5 goes into 5. 1 remainder 0. So we write 1 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 2 plus 2, 4. 2 plus 3 is 1 remainder 0. 2 plus 4, 6. 5 goes into 6, 1 remainder 1. 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 2, 1 remainder 0. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 goes into 6. 5 goes into 6, 1 remainder 1. 3 plus 4, 7. 5 goes into 7, 1 remainder 2. So you see, this is the vertical and this is the horizontal. So always this one should be equal to this column. So this column should be equal to this row. We have a 4, 4, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. So we repeat 4, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Let's work out the last one. Or if you don't want any problem, you work it separate by separate. So 4 plus 4 is what? 8. 5 goes into 8, 1 remainder 3. Now, let's move on to our multiplication table. So we are having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, 0 times any number is equal to 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1, 1. So 1 times any number is equal to the same number. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. My 5 goes into 6, 1 remainder 1. 2 times 4, 8. 5 goes into 8, 1 remainder 3. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 5 goes into 6, 1 remainder 1. 3 times 3, 9. 5 goes into 9, 1 remainder 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. 5 goes into 12, 2. Remainder 2. So we have 0. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2, 8. 5 goes into 8, 1 remainder 3. 4 times 3, 12. 5 goes into 12. 2 remainder 2. 4 times 4, 16. 5 goes into 16. 3 remainder 1. 5b. Arrange the following numbers in ascending order of magnitude. When I say ascending order, it means from the smallest to the highest. And when we say descending, it's from the highest to the smallest. So always in number basis, if you are given sample of number basis and you are asked to arrange it in either ascending or descending, the first thing you are supposed to do is for you to change the number basis to base 10. After that, you check. You see here, it's ascending order. This means when I convert this and now I'm getting 8, and I convert this and now I'm getting 10, you arrange this from the smallest number to the highest number. So the entire concept is that you convert it to base 10 before. So now you are given 11001 is 2 and 34 is 5. So to convert this to base 10, so we have 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1 times 16 plus 1 times 8 plus 0 times 4 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 1. 1 times 16 is 16 plus 1 times 8, 8 plus this is 0 plus 0 plus 1. 16 plus 8 is 24. 24 plus 0, 24 plus 1, 25. I have 25 here. So 34 is 5. I'm having 3 times 5 plus 4 times 5. So 0, 1. So we have 3 times 5 raised to the power 1 is 5 plus 4 times 1. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 4. So 15 plus 4, I'm having 19. Now, I have this as 25 and this as 19, but you have been asked to arrange it in ascending order. And in ascending order, you have realized this is the least number. So this means it's 34 is 5 and 11001 is 2. So this comes first, this is second. So ascending order. Because once I converted this base 10, all of them to base 10, I'm getting this as the least number and this as the highest number. So we are arranging this in ascending order. So you change all to base 10. 1 times 3 plus 1 times 3 plus 1 times 3, 0, 1, 2. 1 times 3 raised to the power 2 is 9 plus 1 times 3 raised to the power 1 is 3 plus 1 times 3 raised to the power 0 is 1. 1 times 9 is 9 plus 3 is 1. So 9 plus 3 we are getting 12 plus 1 is 13. So let's change the second one. So I'm having 2 times 6 plus 2 times 6 plus 2 times 6. Always to change this to base 10, you multiply this by the base given. So let's start naming our parts. We start from 0, 1, 2. So 2 times 6 raised to the power 2 is the same as 6 times 6. And this we are getting 36 plus 2 times 6 raised to the power 1 is 6 plus 2 times 6 raised to the power 0 is 1. Note that any number raised to the power 1 is equal to the same number, and any number raised to the power 0 is 1. 2 times 36 is 72, plus 2 times 6 is 12, plus 2 times 1 is 2. So 72 plus 12 is 84, plus 2, so we are getting 86. Now, 3, 3, 3 is 5. So it's 3 times 5 plus 3 times 5 plus 3 times 5. 0, 1, 2. So 3 times 5 raised to the power 2 is 25 plus 5 raised to the power 1 is 5 plus 3 times 1. 3 times 25 is 75 plus 3 times 5 is 15 plus 3. This plus this is 90 plus 3 is 93. So in ascending order, this is first, this is second, this is third. So this has even been arranged for you. So I'm having 1, 1, 1 is 3, 2, 2, 2 is 6, and 3, 3, 3 is 5. So you bring your arrow and write ascending order. So as I said, if you are asked to arrange this in descending order, you start from the highest to the lowest. So the last question, find the number represented by x in the following. Here can be b, here can be any variable apart from o, because o looks like 0. So whenever you are given a question like this, you will convert this one to base 10. After that, you convert it to base 2. So it's the same thing as they will ask you, convert 200 base 3 to base 2. They are just trying to confuse you. So if you don't know that this is the same thing as this, you can't solve the question. So it's you convert it to base 10 first. 2 times 3 plus 0 times 3 plus 0 times 3. So 0, 1, 2. 2 times 3 is equal to 9 plus 0 times 3 plus 0 times 1. 2 times 9 is 18 plus 0 times 3 is 0 plus 0. So I'm having 18 here. So you convert this to base 3. No, base 2, sorry. So 2, 18. Because here is base 2. 2 goes into 18, 9. Remember 0. 2 goes into 9, 4. Remember 1. 2 goes here, 2, remember 0. And 2 goes here, 1, remember 0. 2 goes here, 0, remember 1. So our answer is 100, 10 base 2. So x is 100, 10. That's our x. So you also convert this to base 10. So it becomes 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 times 2 is to the power 5 is 32 plus 0 times this is 16 plus 0 times 2 power 3 is 8 plus 1 times 4 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 1. This plus this times this is 32 plus this is 16 plus this is 0 plus, sorry, this is 0 because 0 times any number is 0 plus this is 4 plus this is 2 plus 1. 32 plus 4 is 36 plus 2 is 38 plus 1, 39. So you convert this to this 8. 39. 8 goes into 39, 4. Remember 7 because 8 times 4 is 32. So 8 goes here what? 0. Remember what? This is 4. So the answer is 4, 7 is 8.